Welcome to Growing Chatham, North Carolina Cooperative Extension Chatham County Center's video podcast for May 2022. I'm Tiffany Hancock. This month, Debbie Roos shared with us a story in the Growing Chatham newsletter and on her Growing Small Farms website about a visit she took not too long ago to the North Carolina State's Turtle Rescue Team to meet with them. Let's find out more about her visit. Like most other people, Debbie's always excited when spring comes around and plants emerge. Flowers bloom and butterflies and bees become active. But to be honest, her anxiety level goes up a wee bit, especially when driving. That's because the warm weather means that she will start seeing turtles out and about, attempting to cross roads and often getting injured or killed in the process. Turtles put their life on the line every time they try to cross a road just to search for food or water, and this risk has only increased with our population boom. Debbie always stops to help turtles across the road or pick up an injured turtle. We are very fortunate here in North Carolina to have an organization that cares for injured turtles. The North Carolina State Turtle Rescue Team is a volunteer organization run by veterinary students at North Carolina State University's College of Veterinary Medicine. Since 1996, the TRT has provided medical, surgical, and husbandry services free of charge for native turtles and other reptiles and amphibians. Their permit does not allow for them to treat pet turtles. About 2/3 of the turtles the TRT receives are hit by cars, and 50% of these turtles are eastern box turtles. In a busy year, the TRT will see over 500 patients. Debbie visited the Turtle Rescue Team in mid-April to get a few photos of the students with some of their patients. Now, Debbie's been an animal lover all of her life and spent several years as a wildlife rehabber in her home state of Georgia. Debbie was fascinated when she talked to the students and learned about how they care for their diverse patients. She could have stayed there for hours. Sabrina and Rachel change a bandage on Icky Thump, a snapping turtle. The plunger immobilizes his head and allows the students to tend to him without worrying about being bitten. The wound to the carapace, top of the shell, exposed Icky Thump's lung, so they are keeping him out of deep water until his shell heals with granulation tissue. They applied a water-resistant Loban to keep water out of his lungs, which could cause issues or secondary infections. Sabrina demonstrates the proper way to pick up a snapping turtle to avoid getting bitten and or injuring the turtle. You grab them by the back of the shell so they can't reach around with their head and take a bite. Picking them up by the tail can injure their spinal cord and should only be done as a last resort if they are in imminent danger. Rachel holds Matthew, the box turtle. Matthew arrived in 2021 with facial fractures. Matthew receives nutrition through a feeding tube. Unravel is an eastern painted turtle that had a fractured shell. He is placed temporarily on an inverted plastic cup to keep him from moving while they examine him. Turtles usually receive fluids, pain medication, and antibiotics if there is a lot of trauma and exposed tissue. Donna, the box turtle, is missing part of her shell but has healed well and will be released soon. In time, in a matter of years, the shell will mineralize and slowly repair itself and regrow. Emma holds Crutchy, a box turtle that arrived in 2021. The students had to amputate Crutchy's left rear leg, but it has healed nicely and he will be released soon. Sabrina holds Chattahoochee, a red-bellied water snake that has snake fungal disease. The disease could be fatal, but Debbie got an update a week later and she was improving. This poor black snake was brought in after being caught on a glue board. Glue boards are used to catch rodents, but in addition to being a cruel way to kill something, they also catch non-target species. The glue board took off big chunks of the snake's scales. The students were not sure what caused the abnormal growth on this Carolina anoles leg, but it has since been amputated and he is doing well. Debbie found this box turtle in the middle of Highway 87 north of Pittsburgh on Memorial Day weekend in 2021. She was so glad the turtle rescue team accepts patients 7 days a week and dropped him off within an hour of finding him. The TRT assigns names to all their patients according to whatever the theme is that particular year. The 2021 theme was people's names, so they named Debbie's turtle Winston. When a turtle arrives with a fractured shell, tape is often used temporarily to reduce the fracture. Then they use glue, bra hooks, and wire to repair the shell, a technique pioneered by the students at the turtle rescue team. The hooks are glued on opposite sides of the fracture and then wired together to act as a suture. They cover the wires with a soft industrial putty so hands aren't cut on sharp edges when handling the turtles. As you can see how the wire pulls together Winston's fractured shell. The shell slowly fuses together over time. Winston spent about 1 month with the TRT while receiving intensive care and then came home with Debbie for rehabilitation. Debbie had already signed up to be a rehabber before she brought Winston in, so she was thrilled to be able to care for him herself. When you bring an injured turtle to the TRT, there is no expectation that you will rehab the turtle. You can just drop it off and be done if that is what you want. But if you want to be more involved, you can be a rehabber or help release turtles. Winston turned out to be a bit of a picky eater. Debbie tried dozens of different fruits and veggies, but his favorite turned out to be hard-boiled eggs, blueberries, and earthworms. He also got a daily soak in a separate tub of shallow water for 30 minutes, and Debbie would periodically take him outside for supervised time in the sun. She took Winston back to the TRT for a recheck after 5 weeks in rehab, but they said that his shell still needed more time to heal. After spending 10 weeks with Debbie, he was finally cleared for release, and they removed the hooks and the wires that he had held his shell together. See how nicely it healed? This is Winston after being released. Turtles are ideally released within a mile of where they are found to put them back in their home range. Debbie's friend, Allison Weekly, helped her choose a release site. They looked at maps and drove around trying to find a nice forested area with a stream that wasn't too close to the road. They put a lot of effort into it because they wanted to give Winston a great spot after all he had been through. They found a very nice landowner who let them release him on her property. Debbie thinks of him often and hopes he is doing well. North Carolina Cooperative Extension is offering new programs and webinars. So here's a peek at what's coming up this month. Join in on the 2022 4-H AIR program. What does AIR stand for? Application, interview, resume, electronic video. Who can participate? Youth ages 11 to 18. Why participate? College and career prep skills. Win national 4-H trips. And it's fun. You can register in 4-H Online/event. Ginger and Liz ask that you please register by May 18th. This is a great opportunity for new and experienced members to develop career and college readiness skills in either a competitive or non-competitive format. For more information, just contact Ginger or Liz and they'll be glad to help you. 2022 4-H Summer Camp registration is now available. Registration is now live for all Chatham County 4-H summer camps. Chatham County 4-H is offering both day and residential camp programs once again this summer. We are excited to offer these fun educational learning opportunities for youth in the community. And thanks to the continued generous support of the United Way of Chatham County, we will be able to provide need-based scholarships to qualifying families as well. Click on the link in the growing Chatham newsletter for more details. Get ready for Chatham County Activity Day, May 9th through the 10th, 2022. County Activity Day is the county competition where 4-H presentations and 4-H entertains talent show competitions are held to determine who advances to 4-H District Activity Day. 4-H presentations and public speaking allows youth the opportunity to present information by demonstration or illustrated talk for competition. Presentations are judged by subject and age categories: 8 to 10-year-olds, 11 to 13-year-olds, and 14 to 18-year-olds. Cloverbuds, ages 5 to 7, may also do a presentation, but cannot compete. The time limit is generally between 5 and 12 minutes with specific time regulations in specific categories. 4-H Entertains is a talent showcase that occurs in conjunction with District Activity Day. Each county may register 2 acts to perform at District Activity Day. Acts will then be selected to perform at the State Talent Show at 4-H Congress in July. County Activity Day will be held in person this year in Pittsboro at the Ag Center on May 9th and Siler City at the First Baptist Church on May 10th from 3 until 5 p.m. Contact Liz or Ginger for registration information. Tractor Supply Company, in partnership with the National 4-H Council, is kicking off its annual Spring Paper Clover campaign. The campaign runs until May 8th at the Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply customers and team members can purchase a paper clover during checkout at stores nationwide, online at tractorsupply.com, or through the Tractor Supply app. All funds raised directly benefit 4-H youth, with 90% of donations supporting youth in the state in which it was collected. So visit Tractor Supply and purchase your paper clover today. There is an upcoming Extension Gardener webinar, Fundamentals of Composting. Food scraps and yard trimmings together account for more than a quarter of household waste. Instead of trucking this waste to the landfill, use composting, the controlled decomposition of organic materials into a soil-like substance, to turn it into a valuable soil amendment. Joy Matt Jones, Extension Horticulture Agent, North Carolina Cooperative Extension, and Shannon Culpepper, Recycling and Education Specialist, Chatham County Solid Waste and Recycling, for a webinar on backyard composting. Participants will learn about the science of the decomposition process, understand the types of materials that are readily compostable, how to fine-tune the composting process by finding optimal temperature, moisture, aeration, and pile dimensions, and troubleshooting common composting problems. They will present research-based information from North Carolina Extension Specialist Rhonda Sherman. You can click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter for more details. You can also access the link to learn more about composting. This webinar will be recorded if you cannot attend the live webinar. Have you ever thought about becoming a Master Gardener volunteer, but you weren't sure how to get started? To become a certified Master Gardener volunteer in Chatham County, you must attend the information session that is scheduled for May 9th, 2022 from 6 until 7 p.m. Then you must attend at least 5 Extension Gardener classes, submit your application and your application fees, and then complete the Extension Master Gardener Core Training. The Extension Gardener series of webinars and workshops are open to the public. Anyone can attend these. And they also serve as a foundation for understanding research-based home gardening and horticulture practices for prospective Master Gardener volunteers. Prospective Master Gardener trainees need to attend 5 workshops or webinars before July 2023. Due to the prolonged delay from COVID-19, Extension Gardener workshops and webinars attended since 2020 will count towards the minimum 5. Click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter for a list of planned Extension Gardener webinars and workshops through February 2023, with more to come later in the spring and summer of 2023. Register for Spring Pollinator Garden Tours. Agriculture Agent Debbie Roos will kick off her Spring Pollinator Garden Tours on May 14th. She has scheduled 9 spring garden tours between May 11th through the end of June. The Pollinator Paradise Garden in Pittsboro has over 225 species of plants, 85% of them native to North Carolina. Click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to visit the Growing Small Farms website for a list of tour dates and links to register. Private pesticide applicators, there will be an X credit opportunity coming up. We will be hosting a pesticide recertification class at minimal risk to the applicator and the environment on May 26th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Chatham County Ag Center. Congratulations to our 4-H graduating seniors. Stella Goolsby, Carl Walton, Victoria Smith, Kyra Worth, Samantha Andrews, Gage Lindley, Tristan Elkins, Emily Stetcher. Congratulations again. We are so proud of each and every one of you. We wish you all much happiness and success. Our office will be closed on Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022, in honor of the men and women who have died while serving in the U.S. military. Thank you for joining me this month. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great May and happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. I'll be back in June. Until then, take care.